you reunited with J-Lo. I remember when, was it I'm Real?
Yeah.
Came out and she used the N-word in
Yeah.
the song and
Yeah.
everyone was oh my God over that over
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You were on that song.
I wrote it.
You wrote the song.
Yeah.
So you wrote that line for her.
Absolutely.
Was there like a sit down like I'm not sure if I should say this line or not?
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, it's kind of a unwritten thing that Spanish and Puerto Ricans and niggas and we're all kind of
Yeah.
in the same family and you know, so it's like, why can't she say nigga?
Fat Joe says it.
All my Spanish niggas I know say nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Why-
not.
why do you
I
think-
never looked at them in any way and said like, yo, you know, watch that. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you think people were upset over that?
I,
people definitely were
think
upset
I think they
over
were upset because they don't see her as Jenny from the block, Jenny from the Bronx. They see her as this global icon, and matter of factly, some people probably see her as white. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you know, one of those things, you know, and I think that's why people were really upset because they don't understand the dialogue that is used in our hoods. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand, and that's how Puerto Ricans and Spanish people speak. That's how black people speak, and we are allowed to speak that way amongst each other.
This has always been, you know, a word that's always had a lot of bad history behind it.
Yeah.
And there's always the argument of like, well, you know, the rappers could say it, you know, why can't white people say it? You know, like this type of thing. I mean,
It's not the rappers. It's black people. That's how we talk to each other. Like you hear Jewish people use racial, you know, slurs to each other when they're talking and joking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Italians do it. I would never feel like I can do that as a black
Right.
man. And that's just, it's the same thing. You understand? Like just because one group of people do it and are comfortable in doing it, they're that. So the joke is not only on you, it's on both of us that are sharing this dialogue. It's, you know, it's different when somebody outside of your group says it.
Yeah.
Then it becomes like, okay, well, why are you saying it? You know what I'm saying? Are you saying it because you think it's cool? Just by not knowing makes it a problem. Just by not knowing makes it a
But, you know,
problem.
but there's always been an interesting type of, you know, with hip hop becoming more global.
Yeah.
You know, like for example, you have French Montana, who's Moroccan,
Yeah.
who says it all the time. No one got an issue with it.
French is a nigga.
But for example, when V Nasty, remember from the, you know I'm talking about V Nasty from, you know, Creation's White Girl Mob.
Right.
You know, she would use it, and I could tell you, I interviewed V Nasty and sat down with her, and I haven't met anyone more hood than V Nasty.
Right.
White chick who said that before, you know, Creation popped, she had never been out of Oakland in her life.
Yeah. I think people miss the point. It's not about being hood. It's not about being from the hood that gives you the pass to say it.
Okay.
It's being that minority that, you know, I don't care how hood you are, you will never share my struggle. You will never look in a history book and say, God damn, those were my people that were being slain and hung and so forth and so on. Never. So I think
But
that's
how does
where
that-
that's where the issue comes
But
in.
how does that apply to Puerto Ricans or Moroccans or, you see what I'm saying?
Because I say certain people get passes like that because they are deemed that. You couldn't look at French Montana and tell he was Moroccan unless he told you that. You would think he was Spanish or whatever the case may be. And it has to do with you know with us being the minority. You know, and it's weird to kind of explain why some people get a pass, but Spanish and black and us as a group, I'm going to say those two minorities, we're kind of lumped in together. You know, when I went to prison, I went to 9 different jails.
Wow. Okay.
And trust me, in every prison I was in, it was a majority of black people and Spanish people, with a sprinkle of everything else. Some white, some Asian, here, there, whatever. But 85, 90% black, Spanish.
Yeah.
So we feel that.
Even though,
you understand?
Even though the majority of the population
Right.
is white,
Right.
in America.
Right. And that, you can look at it however you want to look at it, but I know for a fact from living on both sides of the fence, that our neighborhoods are policed different than white neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. The same, you could take a black kid with an ounce of weed, put it in his backpack, let him walk through the neighborhood. I guarantee you, within a week, he'll get arrested on a stop and search. You could take a white kid, put that same ounce of weed in his backpack, and let him run around all over Saddle River, all over the white neighborhoods. I guarantee you he won't never get arrested.
That's deep.
Even if he gets caught. Even if he gets caught. Even if police, by chance, decide to pull him over, I guarantee you that
toss it out.
Hey, listen, what are you doing with this? Go on home. I used to have a white dude that worked for me, sold drugs for me. And I loved this dude. I used to call him Snow. He was the best, you know what I'm saying? Because police didn't fuck with him. They didn't bother him. So one day, police come raid the block and shit. Grab him up. He's with us. He's the only white kid there. They pulled him into a little corner on the block and had like a real talk with him, like they was his father or some shit.
Wow.
Like, what are you doing around these guys? You don't need to be in this type of neighborhoods with these type of guys. This is the shit they was telling them. And like, yo, you go home now. But us, they about to baton the shit out of us and lock us up and everything for weed smoke, all type of stupid shit. Wow. Him, lecture, you get on away from here. Get out of here. You don't be around here. So you don't get in this type of trouble.
That's crazy.
That showed me something. So then it was my second thing. I said, yo, racism is crazy. We were doing credit card scams. So we used to go like on Jamaica Avenue and like the worst stores you could go into, like the little rinky-dink stores where they don't sell much, but they also wasn't gonna check your ID with your credit card. So we couldn't go into like real stores and do this. Yeah. I got Snow one of these cards, one of these hit cards. Mm-hmm. Me and Snow was in the mall, in Wilson's Leathers, all type of shit. He's just swiping away. Nobody asked him for ID, nothing. Nobody questioned whether that money was his or not at all. And he's just a young white kid. He wasn't like, he didn't have, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't a CEO looking. He didn't have a suit on or nothing. He was just a young white kid. They figured his family must have money, period. That's it.
Crazy.
I couldn't walk in there with that card and be swiping $500 leather jackets. They'd be like, hold on, something's wrong with this picture.
Yeah, let's call this in.
Let's call this in.
Yeah.
Never called him in. I loved him. He was the best. We used to go everywhere. Like, come on, Snow, we gonna get shit today. We gonna shopping today. You know what I'm saying? But that's the difference of white and black in our society.